Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Unfortunately, I'm still not going to be in class with you today. But I think I will be definitely back to school tomorrow. So don't worry. Tomorrow we're going to have a session together. The first thing I want to mention today is about the post test that you've done last week. If you went for the inter-school sports training on last Friday, and you didn't got enough time to complete your test, don't really worry. I'm going to give you another 30 minutes tomorrow to complete it. We're going to have double session tomorrow, so you can choose either in session 3 or session 5 to complete the test. Okay? So that is the first thing I want to go through. And second thing is we are actually going to continue with the next topic, which we been very, very briefly touched on Friday, I think. Friday, yes. Last Friday. So we are going to continue with the financial math. I know this week we haven't really done anything that is related to the contents in financial math, but you actually start doing the percentage, fractions, and decimals, how to convert them with each other. So that is actually the pre-knowledge that we need to know when we get into the financial math. And when I come back to when I come back to class tomorrow, we're going to start with the knowledge in financial math. But today, firstly, I want to actually quickly introduce you about the assignment that we're going to do in this topic. So we are going to do a project. So mainly like on a project. Still going to give you several practice on the other content, but this one project will be what can I say, like the major assignment for this topic. All right. So firstly, this assignment, not sorry, assignment, this project going to be a group task. So each group you should have like 3 to 4 students, and this project going to have 2 parts. So one part is your individual task. You're going to complete this task together as a group, but then each of the group member will need to give me an individual copy of your assignment. So I'm going to show you in a second what does it mean. So firstly in this one, a copy of individual assignment task paper. That is the one you need to complete as a group, but then each of you will need to give me your personal one. And then secondly, you're going to complete a poster that is designed by your group. So that means you do not need to give me a poster individually. You just need to create a poster as a group. And then you're going to present all your research and all the results you get from this from this project on the poster. And then are going to eventually display this one in the classroom. So make sure you do your best job, all right? And then certainly you're encouraged to bring in your own devices, because we know like we don't really have that many iPads or laptop to use. That is why if you have like iPad, or you have like the desktop laptops, or something that you want to, the tablets and whatever like devices you can bring into school and use it for research, you're welcome to bring it. But then you need to make sure you keep a good hand on it. And also another thing I need to emphasize on is you're allowed to bring your vocab and allowed to bring the devices, which is iPad, laptop, but still we cannot really use the phone in classroom. So that is like the no phone policy. If you do that, if I actually allow to use the phone, I'm actually against the school policy and the Victoria State policy. So we cannot really do that. Okay. All right. So on Teams, I'm going to continue with this one. The topics you can choose. Actually, these ideas came from you on Friday. Remember, like went like a really really quick survey with everyone to come up with the idea of like what topic you want to research on, and that are the 4 main topics you give me, and you want to actually start your research and start a project on. So that is why I create assignment related to create like one assignment are related to each of this topic for you to choose. So the first one we got is purchasing a car. The second one is starting a small business. The third one is going on a vacation, and the last one is the financial plan on going to university or TAFE. Remember, like the last one, so the only thing I want to remind you is the last one. If you choose the financial plan on going to university or TAFE, this one actually included some extended questions. So it's a tiny bit can I say above like year 9 level. So you need to be quite what can I say? It's not really going to be that hard, but it's just going to have some extended questions. That is why you need to be ready and prepared for that if you want to choose this topic. All right. So, excuse me. And then on Teams, this the first task I want you to complete is when you get into Teams. Once you get a laptop, when you get a chance to get a laptop, which I only booked like one laptop trolley, so there's only like 14 or 15 laptops. Then that means you would need to share with like a group. You need to share like the laptop within your group, and there is a survey. There's a survey on the Teams. If you get a laptop and log onto Teams, you can see this one. Your versions look like this. I want you to just choose your topic, just click and then click submit vote. So then I can see who's choose which topic. And I can put you easily into groups, so you can start your group assignment directly. So make sure you can complete this one by tonight, or like tomorrow. When we get in the class, I will need to spend more time with you on this, that you're going to have less time to do your research. All right. So make sure you can complete this vote on your Teams today. And then, so purchasing a car, I just pull like the very there will be like much more comprehend assignment besides on these topics, but I'm just going to basically show you for each of the topics you're going to choose what type of question you're going to expect it. So for purchasing a car, you're going to research a reasonably priced new car that you were purchasing. And then we're going to continue with a question that is related to the simple interest, and then related to the repayment. And then for starting a small business, you're going to research the small business you want to start, or you want to actually want to get into the industry. So you need to research that one. And then for going on a vacation, you're going to research the destination of your vacation and make a holiday budget planner. And then rest of the question is going to be related to simple interest and related to repayment. So basically, you can see like the 4 questions, like the question 2 to question 5, are quite similar in each topic. It's only the first one that is going to have difference. So the last one, financial plan on going to uni or TAFE, the same way, like you're going to research your targeted university or college. Sorry, I should change this one to TAFE. And the major you want to study. So you're going to start research this one. And then, like I said before, the financial plan, this one is actually have some extended question, because the personal loan sorry, excuse me. That is like when you apply for the loan, when you want to go into the higher education program, we do not really apply the personal loan like all the other topics. We have something called the HELP program in Australia. So as long as you are Australian citizen or you're like a permanent stay, you can apply for this one, and then they have a quite different system for the repayment. So that is the only kind of like extended part with this topic. So when you determine the repayment, we're going to determine differently from the personal loans and within the HELP program. But for now, at the moment, you don't need to like worry about this one. So today, what I want you to start with is to start with the researching. So you're going to have your laptop. So if you choose to purchasing a car, I want you to start to research on a reasonably priced new car that you want to buy. You can use Google, you can use like whatever, like the search platform, and then start doing the searching. So let's see, for the purchasing a car, you can use that's Teams. That's not really the one. So you can use car sales. So that is one of the platform you can use. This one. And then you can actually start choosing what type of car you want, and then the mode, and then the price. So this one is more important. So boys and girls, I'm just using purchasing a car as example. If you're aiming something like let's say Toyota or like other brand, and the price is kind of like affordable, then that is the target car you're researching on. But if you eventually go into Lamborghini or go into like Ferrari, it means like we are a little bit out of practical. So we are not really practical. We're not doing the practical researching. So make sure this car is kind of like a future financial plan, that when you get to like 18 years old or 16 years old, let's see, and then when you start getting your driver lessons, you already have like a whole plan for your whole financial plan for purchasing a car. So this one is prepare you for that one. That is why let's be realistically and be practical. Okay, so we can use this one you can use this platform to search the price, or you can use some other things, but do not really use like Gumtree or Facebook, because there are not the reliable resources. Use the reliable resources. So today, I just want you to continue with your basic search. And tomorrow, when I get back to school, I'm going to show you a whole website that you can use to research on different things. And this one is just for the purchasing a car. And then for the small business, I'm going to show you, another thing. For the comprehensive copy of your assignment, you can either access that one on Teams, on files, inside files, financial math, and you can see all of the assignments already there. So those documents, those Word documents are included, the full version of your assignment. Or another way is you can go on Teams, on Campus, and then under resources, you can see here, you got all of your documents here. So you can just click download and then see what is included there. They have more specific explanations inside those Word documents. But anyway, at the moment, I want to just quickly show you what it's like having here. So see here, we have the questions that is more detailed, more specific, and then you can use it to search. And then even if you want, you can just continue with the first question. You can even just fill it in. So from the second to fifth question, that we need to start learning it, and then you can fill it in. But the first question, you can actually do research and doing the thing quite easily. And also after you finish researching the first question, you can start draft your poster. So you remember, like, you will need to include your research on the poster. So that is why if you want today, after you finish, if you have enough time, after you finish your research, you can start drafting your poster for your question 1 as well. All right. And then I'm going to show you starting a business. So starting a business is slightly different. Question 1 is you're going to list the product you will sell, or service you will provide. So make sure this one is realistic and practical. So that means let's say if you want to start like an ice cream shop, or you want to start with like a nail salon, those ones are quite realistic and practical. So they are the small business. But let's see, if you plan to sell something illegal or something that is against the law, that means it's not really practical, and actually you wouldn't have no chance to start those business. So that is why we need to start something that is like legal and something that is achievable. So you need to decide which one you want to do. And then you need to determine 10 possible expenses and its costs involving starting small business. So what does it mean, expenses? So basically, like let's say like if you want to start a small business, let's say for an ice cream shop, you will need to buy the machine to make ice cream. You will need to rent or buy a property to start a business. You will need to hire someone to let's say accountant. You need to pay for the accountant. You will need to if like the business is really if you like the business is really busy, and you probably need to get someone to help you, so you need to pay the wages and salaries. Or let's see, if you want to promote your business a little bit, then you need to probably pay for the advertising and pay for the commercials. So all of those things are kind of like expenses. You will need to come up with 10 possible. There will be much more expenses if you want to start a small business. I know that. You just need to come up with 10 possible expenses, and then research how much it will cost. So you will need to use your online platform to research this one. But I think this one will be maybe too hard for you to do it by yourself. So that is why I just want you to come up with the possible expenses and then decide which business you want to start, or what products you want to sell, or what service you want to provide. Start from there. You just need to choose one. If you're going to sell a product, then you just choose the product. If you want to provide the service, you just provide the service. You do not need to do both. Just choose one to do. All right. So that is for starting a small business. And then for where is going? Yeah, for going to a trip, or going on a vacation or holiday, you will need to make a holiday budget planner for your travel destination. So firstly, today, I want you to decide. Oh, sorry, this one I will need to change in a second. So it's not a PowerPoint, it's like a poster. Let me just change this one. Yeah, so anyway, oh, this one. Yeah, anyway, so for this question, for question one, you will need to make where you're going to traveling to. So what is your destination? You can search for a country and then for several cities, or let's say if you're going to Japan. So I know some of you are going to Japan like for the school, like a school trip. But let's say if you're going to Japan as a for a personal trip, then basically you cannot really just put Japan over there, because it would be quite not realistic to travel the whole Japan in a short holiday. So that's why we need to decide what are the cities you want to visit. So you can visit like Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, or Nara, or some of the cities. So you need to give me more specific destinations. Cannot just be like a country. So you need to give me like cities and where the places you want to go. And then also the holiday budget planner, I already put up the travel expenses here for you. So those are the travel expenses I want you to research on. The difference between this one and the small business is because the expensive towards each type of business can be varied. But then for holiday, we're basically going to plan on the same thing. It doesn't really matter where you travel with or travel to, you're going to kind of spend on those things generally. So that is why I can give you the category directly here. So that is for going on a vacation. Those are the researching I want you to do today. All right, and lastly, for the Taipei Uni, sorry, excuse me. I want you to start research on your targeted uni, the major you want to study in. So this one, and then find the total cost of a degree and or certificate. So this one is slightly harder, because not really harder, just slightly different, because you will need to go to different website rather than just like one website. You probably need to research for different unis. So give you an example I will use here. Let's see, for Melbourne, University of Melbourne, Or actually, I will use my university to show you. Monash easier. So I finished my degree in Monash. So let's see, just use Monash University, and that is their university website. So you click in, and then you can actually find. Not really sure why this is going here, and then that is their like the website, and then after you get into the website, have courses over there, so you can actually explore different courses that you want to do. Well, I cannot really. All right, here. So you can explore different courses. So they give you the majors over here, where the this one is by interest area. So that means if you're into computer science, you go into there. If you're into like a business, you're going to click into this area, or engineering, or design, or let's say medicine, or performing arts, anything that you're interested in, you can go have a quick look. Or you can also search by the course, and you can also search the course by faculty. So faculty means this kind of one main for the major. So when we get into uni, it's like how we're learning about subjects. We have math, English, humanities, science, PE, whatever. So imagine into uni, your subject is becoming a much larger or broad area for you to research. So kind of like you see arts. So arts actually are included for arts can have kind of like literacy, literatures, English language. So all those like subjects can be under arts, and business also can be like business management, economy. I think accounting. I'm not really sure if accounting is below like belongs to business, but it could be. So kind of like accounting, like those subjects are belongs to this major business. And then education, that's what I did before. So we got teaching, or we got the education theory, or education research, or there are plenty of other things that it belongs to education. So education is the major or the faculty, but then belong that under that faculty we got different subjects we can go into and go like a deeper research. So it depends on what you want to do. You can either search a course by faculty, or you can search a course by the interest area, which I actually recommend you to start from here, because this one can give you much more ideas of what course you can do in the future. So basically today I just want you to finish the first question by researching which one is your interested area, and then you're going to just use this one. Tell me which uni you want to go, or which TAFE you want to go. And also for TAFE, the same. You're going to do exactly the same thing with TAFE. So TAFE, let's see. So let's search TAFE. But TAFE is like slightly different, because you will need to find firstly how many TAFEs or which TAFE you want to go. So let's see this one. So basically give you the same thing. You can still like explain like the courses here. This was a Victoria University, so they supplied the TAFE courses as well. Then you can use actually all of these to research. Okay, so so that means for this task, you basically need to do two things first. You need to know like how many universities are here in Victoria or in Australia. So that means if you want to do your higher education in Victoria or outside Victoria, and then you need to decide you want to go into university, or you want to go to TAFE. Then you need to decide that one. Remember, this one is not like a certain thing that you're going to follow in your future. This one is just kind of like an initial and very basic planning for your future. So if you choose to do this topic, then we need to think a little bit more careful on those things. But it doesn't mean you have to follow this one in the future. We all understand that. So basically, after all the research, you can, if you have any questions, you can either keep it in your book and ask me tomorrow, or you can actually just pose a question on Teams, so I can answer you directly within like without waiting until like tomorrow. So it's up to you. But boys and girls, I want you to have like an efficient session and then continue with your research nicely. I will see you. Hopefully, I will see you tomorrow.